Hello everyone. We come back with the text of Caesar, Julius Caesar, in details. Okay? Now we begin with first act, first scene. We have seen a little bit of summarized form. Now we come back to the details of it. I'm going from Oxford book of Julius Caesar. Okay, Oxford publication. Scene 1, Rome, a street. Enter Flavius, Marullus, and some citizens. Flavius. Hence, home. You idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? Now he's angry. It's not a holiday, and why all the people are on the street? What? Know you not? Being mechanical means very labor class. Being mechanical, you ought not to walk upon a laboring day without the sign of your profession. The sign of your profession, just as a teacher's sign of profession is the duster and the chalk, similarly, the lawyer's sign of profession is his black coat. Similarly, every profession has his own sign of profession. So, speak, what trade are you? Why, sir, a carpenter. Marullus, where is thy leather apron? If you are a carpenter, you need a leather apron. And thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You are putting on your best dress. And what are you doing here with your best dress on a working day? You, sir, what trade are you? Second citizen. Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. So, he is a cobbler and he mends shoes. Marullus, what trade art thou? Answer me directly. In spite of saying he is a cobbler, he is again asking what trade he is. Actually, he is very angry seeing all the people on the street. Second citizen, a trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience. I can safely say that I have nothing wrong to do. Which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls. Bad souls. See the spelling, S-O-L-E-S. But at the same time, it means S-O-U-L-S, souls. Those who have bad souls, bad heart, I can mend them too. Marullus, what trade, thou knave? Thou naughty knave, what trade? Second citizen, nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. Yet, if you be out, sir, I can mend you. So don't be angry with me. If you are angry, I can mend you. Since I mend everything, I mend shoes, so I can mend you also. What meanest thou by that? Mend me. Thou saucy fellow, you are trying to improve me. You're going to mend me. You cunning fellow. Second citizen, why, sir, cobble you? I'll be a cobbler and then I'm going to cobble you. Thou art a cobbler, art thou? Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the awl. Now, what is a awl? Awl is a tool which is used in making holes. You can punch holes through it. You can punch holes with the help of an awl. I meddle with no tradesman's matter. I don't meddle with anyone's affair, nor women's matters, nor am I involved in any of women's affairs. But withal, I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. I am a surgeon who repairs old shoes. When they are in great danger, means if they are torn, if they are destroyed, then we repair them. I recovered them. So I am no less than a surgeon in a medical profession. As proper men, as ever trod upon neat's leather. So neat's leather is the skin, the hide of a cow. So just as the neat's leather has been used to make something, the handiwork, Similarly, I too mend them, repair them, and keep them in perfect order. Flavius. But wherefore art thou in thy shop today? Not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets? Why are you leading all these people about the streets? You should have been in your shops today. It's a working day, not a holiday, so you should have been in your shops. Second citizen, truly, sir, to wear out their shoes. We are just moving about to wear out our shoes, to get myself into more work. If I wear out our shoes, then of course I'll have to buy a new shoes, I'll have to get a new shoe, I have to make a new shoe. So naturally, that's what I'm trying to do in order to get more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. He is coming victorious, having killed Pompey and his son, and so we are to celebrate his victory. So we are on the street. Marulus, wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome? What has he done to grace in captive bond his chariot wheels? So, what has he brought to Rome? He has not brought any captured enemies who could be slaves and used in Rome. He has not paid any sort of contribution to Rome. Then why should we celebrate his coming? What tributaries follow him to Rome? Tributaries means the money that is paid. You have seen in history also, the kings who are defeated pay tributaries to kings who are successful, who are victorious. So what tributaries has he brought? Nothing. So why should we celebrate his homecoming? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. His anger is visible here. He's so angry, he calls them blocks, stones, and worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you are so hard. You don't even feel anything for the person who's just gone. You cruel men of Rome, you don't feel sorry for Pompey. Knew you not Pompey? Didn't you know Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements. So you have climbed up onto the walls to see Pompey, to admire him, to towers and windows, yeah, to chimney tops. Your infants in your arms. With infants in your arms, you have climbed to the chimney tops. And you didn't feel it unsafe. You never even thought that it would be risky. You took up all the risks in order to see Pompey. To the livelong day with patient expectations. And you have been waiting and waiting and waiting patiently throughout the day for him to come. So, the livelong day with patient expectations to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. You just waited there to see him pass the streets of Rome. And you have forgotten all this? And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made an universal shout? Did you not shout out universally, very loudly, to cheer him? That Tiber trembled underneath her banks. Even the bottom of the Tiber River trembled with your shouts. You shouted so loudly. To hear the replication of your sound, it reflected, it echoed your sound, and it trembled with the sound of the Romans. Made in her concave shores. Concave shores, the shores are sometimes bent like this. You have read it in science, what is concave and convex lens. So the concave shores have also captured the sounds. And do you now put on your best attire, and now you're putting your best dresses, attire, and do you now call it a holiday? You call it a holiday. Why? And do you now strew flowers on his way? You shower flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood. He has come just after killing or defeating Pompey's son. And Pompey's blood has been spilled all over. A few days back, you appreciated, you admired, you cheered Pompey's visit. Now you forget so soon and you turn to Caesar. Be gone. Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague that you have got in your head, the crime, the sin that you have committed. Pray God to wash them away. That needs must light on this ingratitude. This is ingratitude, when you are admiring one today, tomorrow someone else, third day someone else. They should be abandoned. This is not the way to admire someone. Flavius, go, good countrymen, and for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort, collect all the poor men of your type, of your position, draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel. Weep so much that your tears flow into the stream. And in this way, you repent for the sin that you commit. Till the lowest stream, do kiss the most exalted shores of all, so that even the lowest stream, means the bottom of the stream, also emerges, also reacts to it. Exeunt all the citizens. See where their basest metal be not moved. See if their lower minds, basest metal means here the lower minds, can be moved or not. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. So when they have been made to realize, they vanish away feeling guilty. Go you down that way towards the capital. So you go to the capital. This way will I. You go this side and I'll go this side. Disrobe the images that have been decked, decorated, disrobe them. Just remove all the decorations. If you do find them decked with ceremonies. Ceremonies here means the flags, the ribbons, whatever has been used to decorate them, just remove them. Marulus, may we do so? Is it necessary to do so? It is the feast of Lupercal. It's not only the return of Caesar, it's also the feast of Lupercal. Now, what is the feast of Lupercal? The feast of Lupercal falls on 15 February. It is the feast of harvest. It is the feast of fertility. This is why, so the land remains fertile. This is why this feast is celebrated. And it is also said that women who are not fertile, who are unable to give birth to children, they can become fertile if they touch or if they are touched by the procession, by the leading procession of the feast of Lupercal. So, here animals are also there. If animals are fertile, they breed more, the cow gives more milk. So, fertility is very important and the feast of Lupercal is very important. Flavius, it is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. He says, okay, it doesn't matter. Let no decorations be on Caesar's statue. Caesar's trophy, Caesar's achievements, Caesar's victories, should not be put on anywhere. I'll about and drive away the vulgars from the street. I'll move about and see if the vulgars means the labor class is anywhere seen on the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick, wherever they are crowded. So you scattered them, let them go home. These growing feathers, pluck from Caesar's wings. Now, he thinks that Caesar is decked with a lot of feathers that adds to his beauty. Now, if these feathers are removed, what will happen? He'll be completely naked. You know the story of Icarus? When he went too close to the sun and he lost his feathers, he was drowned in the sea. Similarly, today, Caesar is rising high and high, higher and higher. But if these feathers are removed, he will no more be able to fly higher and he'll fall down, he'll come down to the earth. So these growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings will make him fly an ordinary pitch. He will not behave as if he is something great. He will not be able to be so authoritative. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness? Who always wants to soar high and keep us in fear, and we be servile or slave-like to him. So this is what we see in the first act, first scene. So the first act, first scene shows that the two groups have already been formed, Flavius and Merulus on one side, and the citizens of Rome who hardly understand anything, they are on one side. The conflict which will be strengthening in the later acts and scenes is already formed here. The foundation of conflict is already laid here, and here we end the first act, first scene. Okay, that's all for today. Next day we go with the second scene, sorry. Next day we go with the second scene, act 1, second scene. Okay, bye.